Good morning. Tim Barnes, my good friend Mr. Combs introduced me in the meeting there. I'm going to introduce Daniel Stumpf from Brazil. He's with Aguia Sistemas in Brazil, which is our manufacturing partner for South America. He's going to talk today about the emerging Brazilian market, and I think it'll be pretty enlightening to what they've got to say. Daniel is an electrical engineer. He's a business major. He's got a lot of different backgrounds, so he's very knowledgeable in a lot of things. I'll let him talk more about his background, but Aguia has partnered with us about a year and a half ago in manufacturing motor rollers in the South American market, and they have a very nice facility in Ponta Grossa, Brazil, that not only manufactures motor rollers, but also manufactures conveyor, pallet rack, metal parts, lumber parts, chemicals, all kinds of things. So they're great people. They're a great team member, and I'll let Daniel go from here. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you. Can I do all the presentation for please?
Please no.
So that it will be easier to me. Okay. Well, I'm an application engineer, like Tim said. I work in Aguia Sistemas, and I'm also here with the president of the company and also with our operations director. And first of all, it's a pleasure, it's an honor to us to participate with this international forum. And thank you, Randy. Thank you, Aguia. And well, we will try to make a quickly overview about our country, about our company, about how it's happening down there. Okay. Well, only one comment. If you do not understand something about my English, please just let me know, okay? And I have some translation things here that will help me to try to explain it better. This is Brazil. We are divided in 5 regions, 26 states. Just to have a comparison, this is the area of Brazil comparison to United States. We are in 202 million of people. I put a circle in this area because it is the south and southeast, and we have a more concentration of people and developers and income. We have more money in this area. Okay. Of course, that we have business, we have people living in the other parts of the country, but here I can tell you that we have 50% of all of we have in the country. Okay. Just to let you know, only for curiosity, I'm sorry, I changed this. I'm sorry. We are the only country in Latin America that speaks in Portuguese. It's important to say. Sometimes people understand that we speak in Spanish. It's very common. And it's another curiosity that we are a full democracy and freedom political. Okay? That's it. A very quick overview. Next slide. This is Aguia Sistemas. That's how we pronounce it. This is a picture of our manufacturing plant. It was founded in 1973, and main business is storage equipment, material handling, and we have today 800 employees. And in this business, we are top 1 supplier in Brazil market. Okay. This is only for my translation here. Well, we are on the south. I told you, where is the point? Okay. I told you that the South and Southwest, that we have more concentration of people and money and development. We are in 1,000 of kilometers of the whole of this concentration, our manufacturer plant. This is easier, is a good thing to us to have business growing, and we are very near where the things are happening in Brazil. And in this 40 or more than 40 years of the company, today we have 12,000 of customers. It's not that we have been, but we have active 12,000 of customers. Some of them is a worldwide well-known companies like P&G, McDonald's, Walmart, all of these brands that we have in Brazil. Well, like I said, we are based in Ponta Grossa City, that's in Paraná State. This is something important for us, very important. 70% of our business became for recurrent orders. That's because we try to do a good job, and customers usually come back to us asking for more business, for more service, for more equipment. This is a new picture of our plant, our manufacturing plant, and let me show you something here. Okay. We are part of group, okay? Aguia Sistemas, okay. Aguia Sistemas is part of group. And we also have Aguia Florestal, is for reinforcement and painted wood. Let me remember how can I say this, is reforestation and wood panel manufacturing. And Smart is steel light framing construction. So all of these two companies is part of our group, okay? And we are building 2 new warehouses, and this part probably, Randy, you didn't see, this is our warehouse to manufacture and automated equipment and conveyors equipment. This is the brand new warehouse. Okay. Just show you what we are doing in Brazil, what we are manufacturing, about this storage equipment. We manufacture pallet racks, drive-in, drive-through, dynamic storage, case flow, and this is a very nice picture that we received yesterday, I guess, for a high supported building. We are building at this moment. Hello? I know you, I'm sorry. We already work together in a project, an automation project. The United States and Brazil, isn't it? Okay. I'm sorry. Very nice coincidence. Well, this is the conveyors that we are manufacturing in Ponta Grossa. Okay? Zero pressure, of course, that we are working with pulse rollers. And minimal pressure, inclined conveyors. We also manufacture gates and gravity conveyors. Okay? This is the new area, just dedicated for manufacturing conveyors and automation equipment. Internally, we have 12 engineers, and when we have a project, we have a project management team that will be, we can go for every country, okay? For the whole country, not every country, for the whole country. The installation team is all from Aguia Sistemas, okay? We don't subcontract for another companies, for our own. Only pictures inside of this new warehouse. We have a very nice picture here with Japan, Brazil, United States, and Bulgaria. Let me see if I forget something. let's start talk about Brazilian market. Like I showed you, Brazil is a huge country, and we have a lot of business. We have a lot of opportunities, but we also have a lot of problems, you know. And we are in this business for 40 years, we know, and we are learning every day about all of these type of things. And Brazil is very rich in natural resources. Brazil is very rich in people. Brazil is very rich in culture. It's, I guess most of you already work or probably import or work with Brazilian markets. People from Brazil is very pleasant to work, but Brazilian market is hard to work because the import taxes, and if you want to import or export to Brazil, it's not so easy. Okay? I try to show where we are with our markets. Okay? I try to get the most important markets that we have globally, not only in Brazil. Okay? Let me help with this. We are in the 8th place in the automobile manufacturing. We already been in, I guess, 7th place, but this is in million units, right? Of course, that we are far from China, United States, but we are the 8th. I'm sorry. We are the 4th worldwide aircraft manufacturer. It's a very important manufacturer in Brazil. Company. Like I said, we have a rich natural resource, so we can generate cleanest power and distribute this power for our companies, for our business, for the whole country. Okay? We have the cleanest and most renewable energy matrix on the planet. We have an incredible technology to explore oil, and let me check how can I say this. Yes, oil exploration, and we have one of the biggest hydroelectric and in Brazil. I guess only China have one bigger than we have in Brazil. Okay. Wind plants that we have here, I guess I saw one of them. From Chicago to here, from Indianapolis to here, I saw one of the biggest ones. Another information, we are leader in food, leader in food production. It's not because we are produce more food than another country, but we can export more food than we are in the top ranking of globally top ranking of export products. I will share this table with you so you can check, but it's mainly sugar, coffee, orange juice, meat, these types of things.
Oh, excuse me, all of the presentations you'll see today are on your thumb drive that's in your package.
You're right. You're
So,
right.
You don't have to scribble a bunch of notes or anything, just
You're right.
be aware of that. So,
Talking about GDP, we are in the 8th place. We already been in the 5th place. I guess 2 years ago we've been in the 5th or 6th place. Some things has happened now in our economy, and something like a crisis, but we are trying to find our way again, but we still are in the 8th place, okay? It's not so good, but it's not so bad. Well, talking about, I'm just trying to explain you how business we have, how how big are our business and try to explain you what happened for the last years in our country, okay? And what happened with automation systems. And I put some tasks and I'll explain more about all of these tasks here. Well, I decided to talk about cultural change. And I worked with automation systems, I guess, for 8, 9 years. And I can remember that when we go to a customer in Brazil, a small one or a medium company, you need to do a consulting service, probably work for 3 or 4 months to deliver them a report to say that if you do this investment, you have a return of this investment. You need to send, and even that you deliver them this report, you don't have sure if you receive a contract, you know. They have a lot of doubts about this is really happened, this is really gave us a return. So this is change because their neighbor started to invest in automation systems. He can look to the neighbor and see that automation system works. He can have the return of the investment. So I put only an example of a small system. And well, things start to happen. For I guess 8 years, we have a very nice economic moment in Brazil. Everybody have money to invest. Not everybody, of course, but most of companies have money to invest. Good moment to try to new things, to try to new way to do the different things in Brazil. So that's what's happened. Because of this, they saw different things and started to change the culture. Okay.
Excuse me, Daniel. Did
Please?
you say that started about 8 years ago? Or it was an 8-year period? Or?
I can say it really probably 10 or 15 years ago. But I started at 8 years and I felt, and 8 years ago we still have this type of resistance. Can I say that? Okay. Well, what happened? We have a rate from the last 7 years. We have an average of unemployment of 6%, because we have been in a good economic how can I say that, moment. Okay. So of course we have an increase of cost of service. You couldn't find so easily people to work in some jobs that you can find it easily for do something to handling materials, for example. Okay. So the only way to do that, not the only way, but one of the way to do that is invest in conveying systems. Okay. In this crisis that we have now, the unemployment average rate is probably going to 7.5%, I guess. I guess that's it, Rogério. Unemployment rate, probably almost 8, but we are on this average. Okay. This is only a graph talking about. In Brazil, we have the minimum salary. Okay. If you go to if you are an employee, you have the minimum. It's the government said you have the minimum to receive from a company, and this is growth from the last years. I include this example. This is one of our projects on behind from an e-commerce from Casino Group supermarkets. I would like to talk about e-commerce, how this business is growing in Brazil. 25% on average a year from the last 5 years. Only in 2014, it grew 24%, and it's still growing I put some information here. Again, in 2015, the expectation is for only 20%, but it still are 20% the growth of e-commerce business. Well, good economic moment. People have more money. People have money to buy. People but want better customer service. Companies have more competitors. Companies need to do a better customer service. All of this bring to a conveyor systems, automation system, more information, the speed to deliver the material. Okay. And the last task, it's about opportunity optimization. Again, and we had this opportunity optimization. The market was looking for optimize their process. So we did this opportunity, I can tell for Aguia Sistemas and another companies that I saw. And Brazil is still growing, and companies is still looking for automation systems, conveyor systems, and looking for more information, speed. Probably it's not like you have here in the United States, I don't know, in another countries, Japan, for example, but we are getting better. Well, I'm sorry, I don't know how much time you still have. I'm sorry.
30 minutes.
More 30 minutes? No, or
Yeah.
we already
Yeah.
we already passed 30 minutes.
No, we got
Okay. Well, all of this that I said, we really had a very nice moments, but now we are trying to understand. We really are in a crisis. It's appearing investigations about corruption. It's appearing investigation about we are again having inflation in our country that we haven't had for a long time ago. And again, our unemployment rate is growing again. But I will show a video. It's a funny video. I'll explain more about after this video, okay?
All right, girls, listen carefully. This is the wrapping department. Now, the candy will pass by on this conveyor belt and continue into the next room where the girls will pack it. Now, your job is to take each piece of candy and wrap it in one of these papers and then put it back on the belt. You understand? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Let her roll! Let her roll! Wait here, somebody's asleep at the switch.
What are you doing up here? I thought you were downstairs boxing chocolates. Oh, they kicked me out of there fast. Why? I kept pinching them to see what kind they were. This is the fourth department I've been in. Oh, I didn't do so well either.
All right, girls. Now, this is your last chance. If one piece of candy gets past you and into the packing room unwrapped, you're fired.
Yes, ma'am.
Let her roll!
Well, this is easier. Yeah, we can handle this okay. Listen, that's all. I think this. I think we're fighting a losing game.
splendidly. Speed it up!
Well, that's it. It's only my point of view. My relationship about this video is not because they don't have an MDR, okay? But my point of view that Brazil could be the manager of this line of production. We couldn't see the end of the line. We couldn't see the employees. Something happened and we probably was blind. People couldn't see what really was happening. We were in a good shape, but something happened. We are trying to find again our good road, but again, we were not so good as we thought, but we are not so bad, but we are not so bad. Okay, that's my point of view about this. It's just because I show you a lot of good things about Brazil, and probably you think, well, this is a paradise. They are 5th and 5 and 8th, and this is a paradise, riches, resource, and we have a lot of problems. So, in a crisis, we have a better opportunity to do more with less, okay? And talking a little bit as a manufacturing company in Brazil, what happened and what advantage for a national manufacturer we have. Brazil have one of the highest import taxes in the world. And we have a weak currency. That's what's happening now. With this crisis, we have I will show you the next slide. And this is I need help. One of the highest tax regulation in the world. Okay? And financial costs. If you want to have a store in Brazil, you have to need a very nice accounting department. Even this will have problems. It's very complicated financial costs in Brazil. So this is a very nice advantage for whole manufacturing site in Brazil. It's something like protection that government did. Talking about weak currency, today an exchange is $1 for R$4. I guess 4 years ago, it's almost 1 for 1.5. 4 years ago. Just for a comparison, how much can cost a Civic in the United States in Brazil? This is not a problem because a common car, but for example, a Camaro, that's the price in Brazil. Yes. It depends of the type of the car. You know. But we are looking to the future. We are trying to understand. We are finding ways to keep looking to the future, and we are in the business. We are talking about again about Aguia Sistemas. Comparison to 2014, in our sales we are better. Not we are better, but we grow 30% comparison to 2014. Only for automation system. I'm not talking about storage equipment. Only for conveyor system. Okay. And another important information that it's not only on sales, but opportunities for commercial proposals. This is increasing 50%. Companies that still studying for next year to do an investment. So it's not so bad. Okay. includes some information. This is a logo for an investment program in logistics. This is for the government of Brazil. They intend to invest a lot of money for the next 5 years. So this is on the website of the government. We made it the World Cup soccer last year, and we will receive the Olympic Games next year. Last year, World Cup, and next year we will have the Olympic Games in Rio. And, well, I include conveyor systems. Again, we are receiving a lot of consultings. We are receiving a lot of calls asking for a conveyor system. Let's talk about a little bit on MDR technology in our business. What's the market perception about MDR in our business? And sometimes, most of the time, what happened that it's new for them. I'm talking about 10 years, 15 years. They have contact with this type of conveyors. Sometimes it doesn't matter for them if it's a motor or if it's an MDR. But we are working, and we are the strongest with application engineer team and sales team to try to show them what's the benefits that with MDR have against for the conventional conveyors. Okay? We have a lot of presentations showing about it, something very important about the energy. How can I say this? When you, yes, energy safety, exactly. Thank you. This is very important in Brazil because we have higher taxes to pay for energy. So, and most of the time, that's what happens. We need to show the customer. We need to show all of the benefits, one system against the other. Okay. We put something here about the replacement of technology. We discussed in another opportunity what's the difference that we found. Sometimes in Brazil we have competitors that show for a customer a conventional system, and we go there and show for MDR all the benefits, but probably the customer don't know what's the benefits really he will receive with an MDR system. So of course sometimes we have a little bit higher cost, not because I'm not telling that we have a higher cost, but that's because in Brazil you have motor, and competitors can do a lower price with a conventional technology. I don't know if that's the same happening in the United States. So we are really focused. Randy Kazuya know about that. We are really focused in develop new applications for MDR in our manufacturer plant. We are trying to look for new applications, and we are trying to develop most of the time applications for our systems. This is a 2.88 meter zone with only one MDR for only one board. Curves, of course, that you already have. A pusher, a stopper, box alignment zones, belt transfer. And this is development. We include this. We had a show like ProMat in Brazil. It's not ProMat, it's Sistemas in Brazil. And we had a show. And we include most of these developments and worked very well. This pusher and this incline conveyors, all of this with MDRs. And we're still working with a Popa Sorer 30 degrees, spiral conveyor, swing arm sorter, all of this with MDR. We are really focused to develop these types of equipment. Another video about Brazil.
Did you hire people?
I know why Jimmy asked that question, because the women here are beautiful, and they want nothing but a perfume and a smile.
Well, you asked me for 45 minutes talking and 50 minutes for questions and doubts. exactly 45 minutes for presentation.
Amazing.
Thank you again for this opportunity. I don't know how could I explain you exactly what I want to inform you about our business, about our Brazilian market. And please, if you have any question, I try to explain more about our market, about our company. And this is my contact. Okay, thank you.